All right, well, can you feel that Dodger playoff fever? We have a couple of great stories about new mayor Eric Garcetti to tell you. The first deals with the National League Championship Series, which starts tonight. As you know, mayors of opposing cities like to have a fun bet with each other. And I don't know. Usually I get, what did Villar put up? They try to pick a food specialty from whatever city they're the mayor of and offer it up against the other city's foods. It's usually food.
It's usually food. And it's not like you have to adhere to a lame tradition, but if you're going to do something like this, don't be a wiener. And right. Eric Garcetti made the biggest wiener offer I've ever heard in my life.
He wants to show people he's different. He's breakthrough. He's new.
What happened?
You didn't hear this?
No.
Oh, my God.
Well, we'll read it. This is from the L.A. Daily News and Rick Orloff. Mayor Eric Garcetti reached out to St. Louis's four-term mayor Francis G. Slay, nice name, to stake a claim on the outcome of the National League Championship Series between the Dodgers and the Cardinals. But rather than a bet involving food, he's offering up that the mayor of the losing city should visit the other city to perform an agreed-upon public service project.
Oh, my God.
Community service. Now, if you lose, Mr. Mayor, right, the Dodgers win and you lose, you have to come to Los Angeles and you have to wash the feet of some homeless men.
I mean, the best picture ever of Villar doing that, remember?
I mean, usually, St. Louis, they probably would offer up steaks, right?
Yeah, well, St. Louis, you're right, meat, Midwestern beef.
That's right. Large slabs of beef would be the prize.
Yeah, that is true. You know, isn't there actually St. Louis ribs?
I don't know. I've never been there. But it just
there's a
seems
type of rib that's called St. Louis.
Is that right? Yeah. I don't know these things.
You know nothing but hamburgers.
That's right. Well, hey, look, a St. Louis hamburger would have been good. But how do you think that the mayor's going to come flying here to do community service?
That's horrible.
What?
The quote is, we can do some work together to clean up or serve some meals.
This isn't for business. This is for fun.
He's such a wiener.
He wanted to be different. He wanted to show everybody.
No. He's a laughing stock.
Oh, yes, it's embarrassing.
To all men, all right?
I hope this made big news in St. Louis. Look at the wiener mayor out in L.A. What does this say about the California cliche and stereotype?
Isn't it embarrassing?
Sprouts eating.
I'm moving out of the city. I can't live in a city where a mayor offers community service for a sports bet. I can't be that way.
Pick up trash along the highway.
No, we gotta carry him out now. Oh my God! And when his staff thought this was a good idea too. Yes, Mr. Mayor, community service. Why, that's just wonderful. Maybe they could come here and bind the wounds of the poor on Skid Row. Maybe you could remove the needles out of the heroin addicts.
And, of course, if your team wins, I'll come to St. Louis and clean the arch.
Yeah,
I'd be really pissed if I was like the owner of Philippe's or, some great
that's
eatery.
Right. I was trying to think of what would be offered up for L.A. food. Well, that would be one,
usually, there's like 100 different ethnic food specialties that the mayor usually offers up.
Tacos or
why
Chinese food.
Why the heck would you pick community service? It's like, come and refill Lamar Odom's crack pipe. Yeah,
well,
please.
Oh, my God.
That's a good
This is
one.
going to be a good day.
Now, here's the clincher.
I was so embarrassed this morning.
The bet was rejected. A spokeshole for the mayor, Maggie Crane, said the mayor decided not to accept the bet. Quote, we've had all sorts of success over the years. The Cardinals spoil us. The mayor is tired of collecting on the bets. We appreciate it, but sorry, no more bets.
Oh, that's funny.
That was a real polite way
of saying this is really stupid.
That's right. We don't want to be involved in it. You are a throbbing wiener.
Yeah, that's the way of saying I'm not going to fly to L.A. to pick up trash along the 5.
Yeah, I know.
What a photo op that would be.
Oh, no, let's do good works. Let's do some public service, some community service. Let's help the less fortunate here. Ugh.
They could both come and fill the potholes.
That is one of those things that is going to permanently color my opinion of Garcetti for the rest of his life.
Charlie Black.
I'm not going to...
It only gets worse with the next story. Garcetti has outlined a plan to spruce up Los Angeles streets. He's got a name for it, and it's the Great Streets Initiative. And apparently he is invoking Aristotle's and Charles Dickens.
Oh, God.
He campaigned on a pledge.
He went to school too long.
This is what spread urban revival.
When you get a Rhodes Scholar, this is what happens. He's one of these overeducated guys. And he doesn't have like enough street smarts to know that you bet a steak and not community service.
All right, here
and then
comes...
you start invoking philosophers that no one cares about.
He wants to turn some main thoroughfares for 40 neighborhoods into more lively and pedestrian-friendly destinations. And here's the quote. And I guess he's referring to some neighborhoods where it's sort of already like this, Abbott Kinney Boulevard in Venice, Ventura Boulevard in Studio City, I don't know. There you find communities that are anchored by emergent or emerging great streets with places to eat, places to shop, and places to downward dog.
On Abbott Kinney?
Said Garcetti, a
you
yoga
can't get
enthusiast.
a sandwich at Abbott Kinney for more than $25.
Well, that's not the point. He's not talking about the pricing. He's just talking about the
I know,
bubbling
but it's just
activity.
not very community-oriented.
The sense of a very lively place.
Depends what kind of community you're in.
The way most people probably
Wait.
look at the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, which is still pretty popular. It's that kind of thing I guess he's talking about.
I have a question.
But that's not part of L.A.
Did you use the phrase downward dog?
He did.
What does that mean?
That's yoga.
That's the yoga move, which it says a yoga enthusiast referring to
Are you serious?
the signature pose. You want to see it?
Yeah, let's do it.
No, you do it. You're the one who does
This is radio.
the cheerleading splits.
I can't. You won't be able to see it if I do it in here.
Well, come on in.
Come in here and do a downward
No,
dog.
I'm not going to do that.
On the dirty carpet.
Wait a second.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Time out.
talk show host stained carpeting.
Time out. He actually invoked a yoga move?
Yes.
You
have the story.
Move.
What are you
But
questioning
I know what
me?
it meant. I don't know
the
what that
Times
means.
did explain it. I just didn't finish the sentence. Said Garcetti, a yoga enthusiast referring to the signature pose.
He's a yoga enthusiast?
Apparently so.
Oh, God, he's a double wiener. Oh, jeez.
A double wiener.
He's a double wiener.
That's impressive.
He's actually using yoga terms. Does he know 99.9% of the world does not engage in yoga? Does he understand that it's like men who do yoga are wieners? Men who offer community service to other mayors for sporting events are wieners? Jeez.
Of course, the part that got me about this story
How did this happen?
And by the way, they're talking about things like bus stops, bike corrals, and pocket parks.
Pocket parks?
Yeah, the little tiny pocket parks.
Bike corrals?
Bike corrals. And the Times even points out
to men?
How the city will pay for this in an era of chronic budget shortfalls is unclear.
Oh,
as you know, they have a multi-billion-dollar pending bond measure that they want to stick L.A. voters with if they approve of it by raising your property tax to fix the crumbling streets. And this guy's out there talking about pocket parks
and
bike corrals.
8.7% of U.S. adults practice yoga.
Oh, they do not.
They're all in L.A.
They lie.
They're all in SoCal.
They lie.
Right?
Yoga people don't lie.
There ain't nobody in South Dakota doing yoga.
God,
bad karma.
What happened to men talking and acting like men? Seriously, I'm embarrassed. I'm sad. We have a mayor who talks about yoga and community service.
Coming up next, he quotes Dickens and Aristotle. Boy, he's got off the charts. My God. And it's only a few
I don't think
months
John's going to last the show.
No, I'm sad and depressed, okay?
We elected a weenie.
Yeah, we did. We elected a weenie.
Public service bets.
Downward dog.
I will tell
and he
you.
says that as if everybody would know what he's talking about.
The Times reporter said we need to explain that. All right, well, we'll give you more of his plan to improve.
Oh, yeah.
But just remember the main thing here, they don't have enough money to pave the crumbling streets.
How does a guy get like that? How do you end up... No, seriously, how do you get like that? How do you end up making bets for community service and talking about yoga in public? What path did he take?
He's a metrosexual. Does anyone say that anymore?
He wears those skinny suits. Looks good on him.
We don't notice his clothing, but
I don't know.
That's why you're here.
All right.
More coming.
So you're not doing the downward. You're not doing the downward dog.
No, I'm not doing it.
Come in during the break.
That floor's all gross and
we'll
find
a place
on there. And...
Yeah, I know. And some. There's a really big stain by the door. I don't know where that came from.
Is there?
There's like matter all over that
crumbs.
carpet.
Matter. I know. All right.